How's it going, everybody? Welcome to General Hospital MV, my GH After show. It was an excellent week on General Hospital. First off, we got a name for Jason and Sam's baby. They have named their daughter Emily. I just think that is like the best thing ever because Danny is named after Sam's brother and Emily is named after Jason's sister. It's perfect. Second of all, Olivia reached a whole new level of crazy. Turns out I was right. Olivia wanted Helena's lab so that she could bring back Duke from the dead. Apparently what Olivia did not realize is that Duke actually had to be somewhat alive in order for him to be fully recovered by the machines that she had in the basement. She was not happy about that. That is not something Olivia planned for. First she had Robin captured and then she cornered Griffin in an elevator and clonked him over the head and took him to the basement. Turns out she also thought that she could bring Duke back by putting him into the body of his son using some strange type of tea and a candle. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit worried that they were gonna go the supernatural route. Shout out to those Matt fans from that show. I think I can speak for pretty much anybody with eyes that Matt Cohen being shirtless this whole week pretty much was heaven. Also, how sexy was he as fake Duke?
Can it be?
Yes, Olivia, it's me, Duke.
One would assume that Duke and Griffin have actually met before. He actually had his voice down to a T. The cool part was they actually brought Ian Buchanan back for one episode to reprise his role as Duke because Olivia really saw Griffin as Duke when he was faking it.
I'm back.
I do wish, however, that Duke and Griffin actually shared a scene together, but at least we got a selfie between the two actors. How cool is that? Anyway, Griffin convinced Olivia that he was Duke long enough to get a gun away from her and aim it at her. Anna and Olivia actually faced off, but Anna got cut, of course, and she's on blood thinners, and that was just a disaster for her. But even though Griffin got the upper hand, she still had Robin somewhere. Turns out that Olivia brought Robin into the out-of-order elevator and strapped a pressure bomb to her. Eventually, Anna figured out that Robin was in the elevator with the help of Jason. They got it opened. Jason managed to get Robin off of the pressure bomb and put himself on there. Very risky, Jason. You have a daughter and a son and a wife. As Jason waits impatiently for the bomb squad to show up because they're taking their sweet ass time, Curtis is there as well. And he, in like the most ride or die romantic moment, decides to take the elevator up to the top of the roof with Jason while the bomb is like literally minutes away from going off so that they could bring it up to the bomb squad who decided to take a helicopter to the roof for some reason and get it away from the remaining doctors and patients that were still in the hospital that refused to evacuate. Which segues into my other favorite scene from this week. It actually happened on Friday. Griffin and Elizabeth's scenes together. I really liked. I said it on Tumblr, I was getting Steve Hardy and Jesse Brewer vibes, the OG leading doctor and nurse on the show. I've only seen a handful of scenes of Steve with Jesse, but they seem to have a very platonic friendship and really understood each other, and that's the vibe I get with Griffin and Elizabeth. I don't see them as a romantic couple, although I would take Griffin and Elizabeth over Elizabeth and Franco, but I think I like the friendship vibe a little more, and I kind of hope that as they put more focus onto the hospital, that they really go with their sort of like friendship and dedication to their patients as well as each other. So yeah, those are the things that I liked. I guess, well, I'm gonna feel like an ass if I don't talk about it. We got a One Life to Live character on the show this week, Nora Buchanan. If you guys follow me on Tumblr, you know that I'm not a fan of One Life to Live crossing over to General Hospital. From what I understand, it's a short-term guest starring role. She plays Valentine Cassadine's lawyer. This whole custody battle between Lulu and Dante and Valentine and Nina over Charlotte, it's not really my cup of tea. It's not something I'm really enjoying. Mainly because I find that they're making Lulu the bad guy in this, and it's her daughter, and like Valentine, from what we know, murdered her brother, so it's justified even though he's gotten away with the charges somehow. I know there's people speculating that Nicholas is still alive, but you know, as of now, there's no plans to bring the actor or the character back, so I'm just going on what we know, is that Nicholas is dead. And even though Lulu and Dante had Diane on their side, I honestly don't believe that they're gonna get custody at all. It seems kind of obvious to me that they're going to go with Valentine and Nina winning custody of Charlotte. So any focus on this custody battle just seems kind of pointless to me. But you know, it is what it is. Last but not least, I want to talk about some sad news that we got in the GH world. Jane Elliott, who plays Tracy Quartermain, who has played Tracy Quartermain for like 40 years now, is leaving. She's retiring. And while I am super happy for Jane Elliott for deciding to retire, I am so upset, you guys. Tracy has been one of my favorite characters almost from the time that I started watching the show. I've been watching the show regularly since, I'd say 2005, 2006-ish. And she's always been there, and Jane has always been one hell of an actress to me, so this is like a blow for the show. Especially because she's really been the one holding the Quartermain mantle. I mean, I know we have Dylan and Monica and Ned on the show, but they're all very minuscule characters. Wally Kurth, who plays Ned, isn't on contract and he's doing 2 different shows. Dylan, I mean, he's with Kiki and he's around, but he's not, like, I feel like he's too new to, like, really take hold of the Quartermain name. And Monica, she's like halfway in and out of retirement, so she's like here for bits and pieces of the show. But in my opinion, we can't lose the Quartermains. They've been a staple on the show for so long, like, you know, 40 plus years, that it would, like, it wouldn't feel right without them. So Jean and Shelly, hear me out. We gotta save our Quartermain somehow. We fans are counting on you to make it right. We need our Quartermain family intact. So yeah, anyway, overall I thought it was a great week on General Hospital. Really, the Lulu and Dante storyline is the only thing I didn't like about it. Everything else I thought was great. I know people thought the Olivia thing was over the top, but I freaking loved it. Olivia is batshit crazy. Ooh, I almost forgot. Olivia and Ava actually met, and even Ava can see the crazy in her. Apparently she went to Ava's house so that she could lure Julian there, but then Ava left to go kidnap Alexis? I'm not really sure what her plan is, but I guess we will find out this week. Alright, but I'm gonna let you guys go. I will catch you guys next week.